Ernest Rutherford famously shot a ton of alpha particles at gold before he finally saw one bounce off to his utter bewilderment.
Oh.
Scientists need to test their hypotheses over and over to make sure the results are statistically sound and not just random coincidental nonsense. Just because one pigeon is self-aware, can identify cancer, and read English doesn't mean they're all sentient. Wait, they can all do that? Some studies end up being groundbreaking, like the marshmallow experiment from the 60s and 70s. This is where you don't give kids marshmallows and then they end up being more successful in life. I can sweep a floor like a goddamn Olympian. Or how they slammed 15 billion particles together to find the Higgs boson at the Large Hadron Collider. Repeating an experiment over and over is the only way we can know for sure that the results are reliable. And sure, Ernest figured out the atomic structure of elements and now we have microwaves and internet, but let's take a look at some real groundbreaking stuff. The 5 following actual studies published in real journals were centuries ahead of their time. Behind their time. Don't you just hate those low-quality colonoscopies? The camera your doctor uses is from World War II and it creates more problems than it solves. After reorganizing your insides, he has the gall to pronounce you the owner of a grade A colon. Well, thanks to the Journal of the American Medical Association, we now know that you're more likely to catch those colonial issues if you have regular, high-quality screenings. That may be bad news for homeless Bob, your usual $5 colonoscopy guy, but it's good news for the rest of us, as we now know for certain that quality medical care is more beneficial than poor medical care. And you know what? That actually makes sense to me. These also happen to be the same scientists who discovered that short people are often shorter than those around them. Grouchy people don't have enough niceness, and folks who wear dentures have done a terrible job of hanging on to their teeth. We all enjoy having that sad, pessimistic friend around. So, you want to go to the movies? That's stupid. Everything's stupid. What a ray of sunshine. But the folks with the Association for Psychological Science are telling us there might be a better way to brighten our day. According to them, depressed individuals, along with funerals and stubbed toes, may fail to increase happiness. But caveat here, they're also trying to tell us that laughter and positivity can increase happiness? Well, that just sounds made up. You know how you crank up that space heater every time the temperature climbs above 90 degrees in July, but it just doesn't seem to make you any more comfortable? Well, once again, according to a vigorous study conducted in the Journal of the American Medical Association, you may have been going about this all wrong. Alright, this isn't working. Let's turn it up a notch. They discovered that heat doesn't cool you off. In fact, it's fans that we should be spending more time with. They actually speed up the rate at which heat is lost from exposed skin, cooling your body temperature down faster than sitting in front of a space heater. A guy drove to work and told his boss he figured out that heat doesn't cool you down. The fact that this happened should have been front page news. Now, obviously Gen Z, or rather Gen Alpha, has more experience and valuable knowledge than any generation older than them. The old fogies bring nothing but baggy eyes, collared shirts, and stories about walking uphill both ways. Take a hike, you old poop stain. But according to a study in the Journal of Applied Psychology, they also might bring crystallized knowledge, or rather, knowledge born of experience. Sure. We all know that we're born with all the knowledge and life experience we'll ever need, and you just get dumber over time. Sheila, what are your thoughts on increasing projections next quarter? Criminy, I hadn't even thought of that. You're getting a promotion, young lady. Frank, over time you've become more useless than a bag of turds on a Sunday. You're fired. So next time the old folks in your office say corny things like show up on time or do an honest day's work, it doesn't hurt to humor them. They really are adorable sometimes. Being homeless certainly has its advantages. The fresh air, the lean diet, the vigorous exercise. But living on the streets may not be the picnic it seems. Studies like the one in the Journal of Health Psychology are claiming that the lack of a fixed address, along with the absence of luxuries like socks and blankets, is not worth it. And that's especially true in winter, and spring, summer, and fall, follow-up studies have found. I'm calling BS. Look at how hot and skinny they all are. Actually, that kind of looks like me. So quit your bragging, homeless people. Just because you get free meals from restaurants and spend your whole life camping doesn't make you any better than the rest of us. If you feel smarter now, it's because my IQ is 34 and you feel smarter by comparison. To continue this great feeling, subscribe and watch more videos. Bonjour.